Congo River Rapids waterfalls are returning, Nemesis Sub-Terra is potentially getting ready to reopen, plus so many other updates from Alton Towers. So join me for yet another exclusive update from Alton Towers Resort. So yeah, recently there's been so many updates from Alton Towers, it's been hard to cover it all, and that's only expanded with Alton Towers being hired out by companies such as John Lewis and Kids Pass, where employees and members can go for the day, and Enthusiast of course have been going, taking loads of pictures of all the winter maintenance that's been going on at the park. And let's start off with this update from Catania Canyon, where the Runaway mine train has been there's been lots of winter maintenance taking place on the ride, plenty of painting, cleaning on the ride, the op box and the overall entrance. As we can see here, here's a picture of the actual entrance. The Runaway mine train logo and font has all been cleaned up and repainted. They've got some nice painting details there on the pillars which look really nice, and here's another photo of the actual station of the ride where we can see that the words choo choo have been added to the op box, which is fantastic to see. It's sort of the slogan to the Runaway mine train. It's fantastic to see Alton Towers sprucing up this classic ride at the resort. Elsewhere in Catania Canyon, the Rapids has also had huge winter maintenance work, and I tell you what, it's actually looking pretty good for the 2023 season. So new speakers have been added all around the course of the ride, which is fantastic to see. And these new speakers will be playing a new soundtrack, which is great to see the Rapids having a lot of TLC done to it. And if you are fans of the Catania Canyon soundtrack like me, then don't worry, it still will be playing in the area, but it'll be a different soundtrack on the Congo River Rapids. Fantastic to see. And yeah, while I am a big fan of audio around a Rapids ride, I think it's very important. And Alton Manor over in Adventure Cove, River Rapids, they've done a fantastic job at creating an immersive experience with audio all around the Rapids ride. However, these speakers do look a little bit out of place, so hopefully Alton Towers can theme them up a bit, maybe put some planting around them or some rock work, because they do look like they've just been plonked there. But nonetheless, it's great to see these improvements to the Rapids. Alongside that, there's been a pretty big update from the River Rapids, which has got enthusiasts quite excited. Due to the unfortunate events on Alton Manor's Rapids, UK theme park rapids were overall toned down, so water effects weren't working, waterfalls were turned off, and the overall rapids experience was really toned down. And a few years ago, Alton Towers placed these mask decorations over their waterfalls because obviously they've been turned off for a while now, and the overall waterfalls just weren't looking right. They were looking old and dirty and tired, so they decided to spruce it up a bit by adding a bit more theming. However, this season, that theming has actually been removed, and it looks like the waterfalls have been cleared up a bit. So this has got enthusiasts exciting, thinking, could this be the return of the waterfalls at Alton Towers? Which I tell you what, those rapids really do need. I think Alton Towers have got some of the worst set of rapids in my opinion. They're just really not themed. The interaction between the Runaway mine train and the rapids are fantastic. However, there's just not much theming around. And to be honest, the waterfalls and water effects of Congo River Rapids before they were toned down were fantastic. So hopefully the waterfalls do return this season. I remember in 2021, rumours were going around that the waterfalls were going to return in 2023 once safety regulations and stuff had gone through. So hopefully we do see the return of the waterfalls on Congo River Rapids, because that would be fantastic. And sticking with Congo River Rapids, there's been a car that has actually been removed from the course. It was a nice little themed car, and that's been removed. So hopefully it's been removed to be spruced up a bit, and hopefully it's not permanent, because if it is, then that's just more theming being removed. But nonetheless, it's great to see lots of TLC going on at Congo River Rapids, because let's be honest, it really does need it. Moving over then to Forbidden Valley, of course this is a huge area of interest for enthusiasts this year because of the retrack over at Nemesis. But just before we come to that, let's have a little look at Nemesis Sub-Terra, the rumoured ride to be returning this season. And yeah, there's been quite a few updates. I feel like Alton Towers are really teasing this at the minute. The height board has been spotted outside the baggage hold. Could this ride finally be making a return to this season? I really think so. I think Alton Towers are really teasing us now, putting that Nemesis Sub-Terra height board out, and it's in plain view. You can see it there on your screens now. It's got the Sub-Terra logo on, it's the height board, and yeah, I think this ride has got to be coming out. The amount of teasing Alton Towers have been doing this, not actually marketing it, but actually at the resort, you know, taking bits of theming out, doing lots of work on it. I think it would be silly not to see it return, to be honest. Along with that, all the queue line has been replaced, so this only reinforces the fact that something is coming to that building. Whether it's Nemesis Sub-Terra, whether it's a sort of spin-off of Sub-Terra or a completely new attraction, something is coming to that site in 2023 or potentially 2024, but I think it's more likely to be 2023 because of course the closure of Nemesis. And talking of Nemesis, that's the next update where actually we can see in these images that a viewing platform has been constructed. Well, some sort of platform. This is rumoured to be a viewing platform where enthusiasts and guests can go up and have a look at the construction of Nemesis. And talking of the construction of Nemesis, footer work has already begun on the Nemesis Construction site, which is great to see. I think the rate of progress Alton Towers have been making with this is fantastic. I mean, it was just the other week where I was reporting where all the track had finally been removed, and yeah, now footer work has already been taken place, and the construction site has been fenced off now, all with the Phalanx branding, which is great to see that they're not just white construction walls, they have got some sort of theme. So moving over to Dark Forest then, where 13 and Rita are located, the Roller Disco Retro Squad ride has been removed. We've known that for a few months now, just haven't seen images of the actual area, and it's quite interesting to see it empty. I mean, we haven't seen it empty since 2020, and yeah, there we go. There's an empty site without Roller Disco. And if we move over to X Sector, we can see that Enterprise has also been removed, and that's all been bricked over, which is really sad to see. I've expressed my thoughts on them removing Enterprise. I don't think it's a good decision. I think that Alton Towers need some permanent flat rides now, and that's only reinforced with the Retro Squad coming back for a third year. And it's actually rumoured that the new Retro Squad ride won't be down in Dark Forest, it will be over in X Sector, where Enterprise used to be, where they've bricked over, because as you can see in the background, there's like a power box there. So yeah, this could be the potential new site of Retro Squad. Of course, yet to be confirmed by Alton Towers, but I think if they put the Retro Squad ride here, I think it's going to be quite weird, because we're going to have two main coasters in that area and two Retro Squad rides in the same area. I'm not a big fan of the Retro Squad. I've expressed my thoughts in previous videos, but to have two in the same area, I don't think that's right. But nonetheless, interesting to see there. Lots of construction, winter updates happening in Dark Forest and in X Sector. Moving all the way to the front of the park then, the monorail station has been painted up. It looks fantastic, that sort of purpley colour that Alton Towers like to go for. It's sort of their brand look, isn't it now? And also inside the monorail station, speakers have been added all around to enhance the soundtrack. It looks absolutely fantastic. I think that monorail was in need of a repaint. They sort of had a red colour which was faded, so it's great to see that they've taken that upon themselves to repaint it. Also in the car park, new lines have been painted. It's the small details that matter. These were also fading, and yeah, they look great and sort of justifies the £1 increase of Alton Towers parking. It's £7 now, which I think is quite extortionately priced when you're paying an entrance ticket, which I think is nearly £50 now, and they're charging £7 for car parking. I think that's quite expensive. I don't have to pay because I've got a Merlin pass. Of course, if you do have a Merlin pass, then you do get the free parking. However, for a general visitor, I do think that's quite expensive, especially in the sort of climate that we're living in now. So there we go, so much work happening over at Alton Towers. It's brilliant to see. It's looking to be a fantastic season at the park. What's been your favourite update? Let me know in the comment section down below. Is it the removal of Enterprise, or maybe the new addition of the Retro Squad ride, which is coming shortly to the park? Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. But with all that said, if you did enjoy the video, do consider subscribing. There's plenty more updates along the way. And with all that said, I'll see you in the next video. It's not long until we'll be getting back at our UK favourite theme parks. Of course, Blackpool Pleasure Beach and Alton Towers opening in just under 2 weeks. With all that said, I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.